And then I'm gonna match the two dots together. Oh my god. Just put your butt right in the camera, Mia. Ah, no. Come on, dude. Come on.
Oh my god, hi! So I feel like I have not sat down to teach anything in so long. I've just been really busy. I'm working on a summer collection right now and it's almost done. I've got the story finished and there's still a couple of pieces I'm still trying to put together, so it's almost done. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be super bomb. But today, we're gonna be learning something super simple, super easy. And so, if you haven't noticed, it is baby popping season. If you can't guess, someone's expecting. Can you guess who it is? Ah, you'll never guess. It's a friend of mine. So, I believe my friend's due date is August, maybe September. I don't quite remember, somewhere in there. So, I've got some time. So anyway, we are going to be making these. Aren't they adorable? And I don't know what it is, maybe because they're human baby-sized items, so they just look even cuter and more adorable. I don't know what it is, but I was really contemplating keeping these and setting them on a shelf or something, just look at them because they're so freaking cute. And I thought that might be weird, so I'm not gonna do it. So as usual, we're gonna have two parts. The first part is gonna be assembling all of our materials and getting our patterns ready. And then our second part is going to be putting this thing together. So without further ado, let's go over supplies. So first off, we're gonna need to find our pattern. The pattern I found is on Schwinn and Schwinn. So from here, if you scroll down a little bit, there'll be a link to where you can get the pattern that we're gonna be using. I believe it's from Craftsy. So once you find the pieces, go ahead and download them to your computer and print them out. So if you look at them, they have some writing up here at the top, and then this one also has writing here at the top too. These are different sizes that you can choose. So you can either have a 0 to 3 months, you can have a 3 to 6 month, or 6 to 12 months. So I'm going to walk you through manipulating these patterns so that you can make the different sizes depending on whichever size that you want to make. Alright, so first we're going to start with 0 to 3 months. Go ahead and cut the sole all the way out, ignoring all of the other sizes. And then you're going to go ahead and do pretty much the same thing. For the top piece, you're going to cut it out just the way it is and ignore all of the other sizing that's on here. So once you get those cut out, they're going to look just like this. So as you can see, this is probably the easiest one to make, but it's also the smallest. So it might be a little bit harder working with a smaller shoe, but if you want a smaller one, then you're more than welcome to use these pattern pieces. Moving on to our second size, it's going to be 3 to 6 months. So when cutting this one out, you're actually going to be cutting at the second line at the top where it says 3 to 6 months. So something to take note of, there are markers on this sole. If you look closely, you'll see 2 black dots on the top of the foot, and you'll notice that the 3 to 6 months doesn't have a dot. I would recommend drawing in your dot, so just take a ruler or something and hold it up against the 2 dots in their center point and then make a line. And then just fill in a little dot. And this is really important because this is going to help you line up your sole with your top piece. And if you don't get that mark on there, you're probably going to have something that looks a little bit lopsided, or you won't know how to line up your pieces together. Alright, so this top piece gets a little bit weird. You're going to need to add this little rectangle to your piece. Now go ahead and take your buckle, trace it onto another piece of paper. So you're going to take your buckle and cut it out. So now you should have 2 separate pieces. And then tape that piece to your top layer. And so it should look something like this. So this does look a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie, but you need this extra room right here because you're making a bigger shoe, so you have to make it bigger. And that's pretty much all you need for this size. So our final piece is going to be 6 to 12 months. So like we did before, we're going to cut the whole sole out, but this time we're going to use the largest size that's on our pattern. So it's going to look something like this. So to cut out our top piece, you're going to want to cut the whole piece out, but this time we're going to be adding that extra piece at the very bottom of our top pattern piece. So now, just like we did before, we're going to be cutting out our buckle, and then we're going to trace that onto a separate piece of paper. And then we're going to be taping that to our top piece. So something just to note, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I went ahead and labeled which side was the inside of your foot. That way it would be easier to differentiate and figure out where the buckle goes. So I'm not going to put any notches or anything in this. I'm only going to indicate right here, and then when I get to my fabric, I'm just going to make a light mark. So for supplies, you're going to need fabric. Now, specifically, you're going to want to get something that's a little bit stiff. I would recommend going with something that's 100% cotton. It's It's breathable, and it's also really easy to work with, and it also holds its shape pretty well, so you don't have to use any kind of stabilizer like interfacing or something like that. So for the top of this, I'm using like a cotton as well, but it's got some shimmer in there. So also what you're going to need is some snaps. They have a bunch of different sizes for snaps. I just got one that had like a bunch of various types, and you're only going to need 2 of this. It's just to keep this little flap closed like that. And if you would like to embellish your shoe with something else, I used just some buttons that I had left over for another project. And you can just buy something like that. You can buy a charm. You can do anything you really want on it. And then you'll just need some matching thread. And with that, get all-purpose thread. Don't get upholstery, don't get silk, don't get anything weird. Just get all-purpose thread. They have labels on them. Make sure you read them. And that's it. That's all the things you're going to need. So next time we're going to be cutting all of our stuff out and putting all of this together. We're going to make baby shoes, and they're going to be super cute, and you're going to love them. Oh man, I still can't get over like how cute these are. Oh my god.